It's Thursday, and you know what that means, ROH TV. And look, if you are not watching ROH, you are missing out on a lot of great wrestling. They have a lot of consistency when it comes to having great matches. However, they don't really have any solid storylines going on at all. The best thing going on would be the matches, and we really do have a strong title reign from Athena right now, that I feel like is really impressive. Anyway, we start off the night with Darius Martin and Action Andretti versus the Kingdom. Now, Darius, obviously, he's been trying to prove himself with singles competition. However, I think that he's lacking with that. So they ended up pairing him up with Action Andretti. Action Andretti's super talented, and he looked like he might be top like cousin or something. So they put them together, and I think they had really great chemistry. I really feel like Darius really has better shine when it comes to tag team wrestling over being a singles competitor. I really do think that for their first time tagging together, they had a really great chemistry and they worked well. All four of these guys did really well in their match. It was a great way to open up the show. However, you already know it can't be AEW without interferences, so we do have a lot of distraction from Maria ringside. I'm pretty sure people already knew that that's where things were headed, but I do feel like it was a great first match with Darius and Action Andretti. Will we be seeing them tagging more in the future? I do think so, but I don't want the fact that Darius needs some more experience with being a singles competitor to hold back Action Andretti, who I feel like is really talented, and he's probably better off on his own. So the Kingdom does end up taking up the win, and next we had Robin Renegade versus Willow Nightingale, and surprisingly, this was not a squash match. Actually, I really did enjoy this match. It wasn't the best match ever, but these two girls were able to display their talents in this match. So thank you for not giving us like 2 minutes in the ring like we've been seeing with a lot of these women matches. We do have Robin, who obviously uses her sister to do like a twin magic type of thing. They usually do that with their matches. They're not twins, so I don't know why they do that, but for whatever reason, sometimes they're able to get away with it. The match wasn't all that, but I really do feel like people got to see a little bit more of Robin than what we normally get to see, and also Willow as well. The crowd seemed to be behind it. Willow does end up taking the win, even though Robin's sister did get involved. Wasn't bad. Next, we have Lynch Archer versus JC, and to be honest, this was nothing. Now, AEW has this thing that they keep doing with Lynch Archer, just squash matches. That's all we get to see with Lance. I mean, this was really disappointed because I was like, well, maybe we'll see something different. And guess what? We did not get anything different. Same old, same old. We do have Lance Archer music hit. Lance Archer come out already beating on JC from the back and comes into the ring, and it's over in like 2 minutes. This is what we keep getting every single time. And I just feel like it is nobody back there saying, hey, we did this already too many times, let's try something else. I was really disappointed in this. Obviously, Lance Archer takes the win. I'm over it. Next, we had the ROH 6-man tag champion Brian Cage alone versus Joey Jett. Now, I'm annoyed. Like, what the hell is he doing in singles competition? Why isn't he with the other two members? And for whatever reason, I'm forgetting their names right now, but that's horrible that I watch religiously and forget the other two champions' names. There is a problem there, Tony. Fix it. Either way, we do have Brian versus Joey. Now, I thought this was going to be a really quick one, but we do get close to 10 minutes with them in the ring. And to be honest, Joey looked really great in this match. So I'm really happy that it wasn't a squash match. We really got a chance to see a really great contest between both of these guys. Prince Nana, obviously, outside the ring, just being the best hype man ever. I really feel like how they're going about the 6-man tag thing and the Embassy Mogul affiliate thing, they need to fix it. I don't understand why Brian Cage keep coming out alone. Like, where are the other guys? Why aren't we seeing these guys grow as 6-man tag champions? I just feel like it's the wrong move. Either way, Joey was in his hometown, so he did get a lot of love, but I do feel like there was a lot of impressive things that he did in the ring. So even though he did not win this match, I do think it was an impressive match for him. I would like to see more of him in ROH. Brian Cage get the win. I'm bored with the whole 6-man tag. If they can't defend this shit together, or at least do things together as a team, give the titles to somebody else. Next, we had a Proven Grounds match with Athena versus Heather Reckless. Now, Athena looked so much bigger than Heather. Heather is so small, so there was definitely a size difference between these two. So I do think that helped her look like a dominant bitch. Now, she has been impressing me so much right now. Like, I'm just so impressed with everything that Athena's been doing. This match, I didn't mind it. I do feel like it helped her look a little bit more dominant now. She did have a quick promo backstage where she's basically putting out an invitation to anyone who feels like they can go against her in the ring. So I am interested to see who that will be for next week. But for tonight, it was just a Proving Ground match. You know the rules. You got 10 minutes to either last those 10 minutes or to be able to pin the champion so you can get a title shot in the future. That obviously does not happen, but I still feel like this made Athena look good, so I didn't mind this at all. She is amazing. I will take her over Jamie Hayter and Jade Cargill right now. They're actually going the right direction with one of these women in the whole division, and Athena looks really, really great. Next, we had Lee Johnson and Cole Carter versus Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Look, this was actually a really solid tag team match. I really did enjoy the chemistry with these guys. Like Lee Johnson and Cole Carter, they wasn't going to come in this match getting a whole jobbers type of thing. They really, really put their talents out there for people to see, and they're really talented. All four of these guys, actually. I'm just really confused with what's going on here with the Dark Order. They were literally in what I believe was a cool thing going on with the BCC, and all of a sudden it took a back seat way in the back to the Elite. So now they're just, working these little matches on Dark and on ROH or whatever. Like, what the fuck happened with that? And then Cole Carter on Tuesday, he seemed to have formed an alliance with that guy from Jersey Shore. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, but it seemed like they were going to be a tag team, and then for whatever reason, they're not a tag team on this show. They end up pairing him with Lee, but either way, they had great chemistry, and I did enjoy this match. I could see them being an actual tag team, but we do have the win from the Dark Order. They definitely have more experience working with each other, so you definitely see that advantage in the match. It was really solid. Next, we had Penta versus Nick Camarado. Now, I don't have too much to say about this. It was decent. We do have Ray Phoenix, who is injured, so we probably won't be seeing him in the next up and coming weeks. I'm not too sure what the injury is. But Nick Camarado actually finally just didn't look like a jobber in this match. He really came off as a really great worker. No, I did not believe that he was going to take a win over Penta, who's holding ROH Tag Team Gold. But I do feel like with this match, you're able to see a little bit more with Nick. Now, Nick, he has a body and a look of like an 80s wrestler. So I kind of like that about him. He got that look or whatnot. And the way he moves around and the way his character is, it kind of reminds me of 80s wrestling. He's a great competitor, and unfortunately, being with what's his name, QT and them, kind of makes him look like, he's always there to be jobbing around. But this time we didn't get to see that from him. So I'm really glad that we got to see a really cool competition between Nick and Penta. It was great, but Penta ended up taking the win. I don't know the extent of the injuries, but I'm guessing we're going to see some solo action from Penta in the next up and coming weeks. On to my favorite match of the night, Kesha versus Moriarty. Oh my god. This was so good. Like this is like perfect. Now, people always say, "Oh, we need a story." No, we don't. These two got no story going on, and they were able to put on an amazing match that, I mean, I wanted to call somebody and say, "Hey, did you see that match?" Unfortunately, nobody I know watched wrestling, but it was so good. They had perfect chemistry in the ring. They were able to really play off each other, and I just feel like with these wrestlers, especially Kesha, like it's like he's getting a push, but then he loses quite a bit. Then we got Moriarty, who's stuck with the firm, so we don't get a chance to see the best of Lee. I do think that he does take advantage the best he can with his matches, but you know, with him losing a lot, that will definitely have him lose credibility with the crowd. But oh my gosh, like they could not deny him in this crowd. They were cheering for both of these guys. They were tearing the fucking house down. This was so good. Now, I can't sit here and talk about this match and do it any justice. One of my favorite matches that I've seen this year. Please, if you didn't check it out, go see it. These guys are awesome. Kesha does take the win. I wouldn't even mind Moriarty taking this win. It was awesome. Next, we had El Hijo de Vikingo versus Gringo Loco, and oh my god, another solid match right after that. Now, when I think about it, I'm not sure which one of these matches that I love the most, but for whatever reason, Kesha versus Moriarty really stood out to me a little bit more. Now, with this match, we do have Gringo Loco and Vikingo. They do actually have a feud outside of what we get to see here in ROH. So we do have Ian and Caprice on commentary, basically going over what their feud is and whatever. So I do appreciate that. And matter of fact, I really love Ian and Caprice. They're like really great. They have such great chemistry together. Like, I don't feel annoyed listening to them. There is no beef. There's no like little shady comments and stuff like that. Like, they just really fit well with each other, and that helps make the show be really enjoyable. But either way, before the match even started, people were standing up. People were just ready to see these two tear the house down, and they absolutely did. They had great chemistry with each other. Yes, we did have some moments that were misses. So like we did have a moment where we did have Vikingo totally miss a suicide dive and really hit hard out there. But even though there were some hiccups, I still feel like it didn't take away from everything else that they did. Everything just felt right. And you know it's good when the crowd is shouting fight forever. Like, I love hearing that. That's how you know everybody's behind what's going on. I definitely recommend watching this match. Now, some people don't like the Lucha Libre style. Even if you don't like the style, I do think that you would find some things in this match to be impressed with. Either way, Vikingo does take up the win. Definitely another great match from these guys. Now, El Hijo de Vikingo, he's been in a winning streak in AEW. And for those of you who are wondering if he's going to be signed with AEW, no, that will not happen. Triple A would have to be on fucking crack to let him slip out their hands. No way that's happening. Next, we had the Iron Savages versus Ren Jones and Logan Lynch. Look, I ain't got nothing to say about this. This was a squash match. The Iron Savages does win. Now, however, something about them is still not right. Now, they used to be Bear Country. Now they're the Iron Savages, and really there was no improvement with that change. I feel like they have potential, but they need to be booked right. They need to be totally repackaged again and done right. I did not like this. Now on to the main event. ROH TV title on the line. Samoa Joe versus Boom Boom Colt Cabana. Not gonna lie, after those really two solid matches, I just didn't care about anything else. So this match obviously did not live up to the other matches. When it's your main event, it has to be the best of the night, really, to flow with the whole show. These two obviously have great chemistry. This is the first time we've seen Colt Cabana with ROH since ROH has returned. So it was great to see someone native with the company come back. They had great chemistry. The match wasn't bad. Matter of fact, it was like less than 10 minutes. So I don't like that. I don't like 10 minutes or less for a main event. So that already threw me off once I realized how much time was left. But, based off how well the other matches were before this, it just didn't live up to, to those standards. So it wasn't all that. Anyway, y'all already know Samoa Joe takes the win. I don't have much complaints with the show. It just seems like, certain wrestlers are doing better than others. So when you have Kesha on the card, you can't put him in the middle of the damn card, because now every match after that have to live up to that. Just like Kingo as well. They gonna tear the fucking house down, and then the rest of the show is gonna be a snooze fest. I don't understand how they're, putting the orders of these matches or whatever. It just seems like there's not that great of a flow when it comes to that. But either way, I still like ROH because the matches are more solid. We need to get those storylines going at this point. The show is like maybe an hour and 30 minutes versus how the first episode was 2 hours. We have 11 matches on the card. It didn't really feel like 11 matches, to be honest, but with that many matches on the card, we should be using up those 2 hours. And if we can't use up the 2 hours, why not have backstage things going on so that some of these characters can come to life and a story can be told? That's what they need to be doing so that people can really find a reason to stick with these memberships every month. Why am I paying? I know I'm just seeing really great matches, but there has to be more than great matches. You got to get these storylines going for the show. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back on Saturday. Yes, Saturday, because there's no Rampage on Friday this week. So we'll be back on Saturday with my review for Rampage, or maybe Sunday. Bye.